Back when the two of us were together, I cheated.
Wait, really?
During my senior year of high school, I was dating a girl and we were fighting all the time. The problem was we were in an open relationship, but we both wanted the other person to commit, even though we didn't want to commit ourselves. As you can see, that's a pretty massive problem. As me and my girlfriend progressed, I kept a relationship with my ex, let's call her XA, and my girlfriend ended up taking someone else to the prom, and it's moments like that that just made our weak relationship even weaker, as it made it hard for us to trust each other. And then as we kept moving forward, she ended up hooking up with my other ex, let's call her XB, and I ended up hooking up with XA, and it was just a complete and utter mess. But me and my girlfriend, we kept on coming back to each other. We kept trying and trying and trying. Looking back, it's obvious we were never going to find the right moment in time to love each other because we didn't know how to love ourselves. I was battling my addiction to alcohol and failing miserably, and she was battling her own demons. Still, I was so afraid to be alone that I just kept forcing myself to cram into this mold that just didn't fit. And like, looking back, it was so stupid. You know, I was going to her trying to find the missing pieces of myself, and that's a formula that's never going to work, but I didn't realize that at the time, and I feel like a lot of people still don't realize that. You're not gonna find your missing pieces, you're not gonna find your happiness inside the arms of another person. That's just not reality. You know, after she got with XB and I got with XA, we decided the best thing to do would be to commit to each other 100%. And I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I mean, of course, we both did, but looking back, it's just stupid. Just because you put a label on something does not make it reality. But that's something that I didn't understand at the time. I barely understood the concept of monogamy, barely understood the concept of open relationships. Like, it was all just so new to me. It was definitely a challenging time. And I don't know, I think, honestly, committing to each other 100%, putting that label on us might have made things worse. Because I was just really scared. I mean, in my mind, there was no way someone that beautiful could ever love me. And it was hard because at school, every guy I talked to would bring her up. Because no one knew we were together, we didn't want to tell anyone. I wanted to tell everyone, but she wanted to keep it under wraps. She thought that other people would dilute the relationship, and it just made me so insecure. My mind was just going to such a dark place, and the fact that I was intoxicated literally like 24/7 did not help the situation at all. So about a week into our monogamous, defined, labeled relationship, I found myself Ubering to a party, and I was already plastered. I was so drunk on my way to this party, and as soon as I get there and my Uber leaves, I see a bunch of kids running, and one of them screaming, "Cops! Cops!" And I'm like, fuck, because like, the cops aren't gonna care if I wasn't at the party. I'm still out at a ridiculous time, still plastered, so naturally I just start running. Long story short, I ended up running into some girls that I knew, and that's all she wrote. I actually wrote a poem about what happened, and this happened. I wrote this poem maybe a year after. It's called Cheated. I know, very metaphorical. You ever do something so wrong you can't run from it? Your reflection is engulfed in it, your thoughts are consumed by it. We forced ourselves into the word love, thinking our delusion would tie us together. I began to choke on oxygen, gag on I love yous. I rotted from the inside out. My eyes turned black from carrying a dead soul. Never thought my love would turn into a black hole. I grew jealous of the vampires. They could never glimpse the monster they turned into. I still I still can't read that poem without getting emotional. It sums up everything that I was feeling. I fell into such a dark place at that time in my life. The shitty thing is, it had to happen a few more times before I could bring myself to end the relationship. I just couldn't bring myself to end the relationship even after I cheated. You know, I believe people at our core, we know what's best for ourselves. We just don't always walk down that path. And I knew deep down that I needed out of that relationship. We were suffocating each other with some toxic, I don't even want to call it love. It was so toxic, and I knew neither of us were going to end it. After months of self-reflection, I realized that that was my way of forcing myself out of that relationship. Don't get me wrong, I would never ever condone cheating, and I think that to this day, that's one of my biggest regrets and one of my darkest moments in my life. I should have been more mature and handled that situation better. I should have been honest. I should have ended the relationship before it ever got to that point, but I didn't. And it was hard for me to get close to anyone after what happened. I saw myself as this massive black hole that anytime I'd get close to anyone, I would just hurt them. Because if I could do what I did to another person, a person that I cared for so much, then I had no idea what I was capable of. And I became so afraid of myself. I had to remove myself from that position. And honestly, that's what I needed. I needed to focus on me and myself. But it's our hardest moments that let us grow as people. I quit drinking, I started writing, I went down a path of enlightenment almost. I was searching for the missing pieces to my jagged puzzle, not in the arms of someone else who's hurting, but in the world, in my creativity, inside of myself. And that's where I found it, honestly. I don't think I'm truly there yet, but I'm definitely in a better position than I was 2 years ago. I'm making this video because nothing is black or white. There's two sides to every story, just like there's two sides to every coin. And I just think that it's time I share my truth.
Hey, B.
Hey, Vanessa.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually filming a video right now, so you're on camera.
Oh, shit. Hey, guys. My bad. I probably shouldn't swear.
No, you're good. You're good. You remember my girlfriend back in high school?
Yeah, I remember. What about
Yeah, I know I had a couple, but she was the one that took someone else to prom and everything like that. You remember her?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Well, I'm not sure if you ever knew this, but back when the two of us were together, I cheated.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You guys were really toxic. She wasn't my favorite girlfriend of yours, but you really cheated?
Yeah, I cheated, and I wanted to get your thoughts on what constitutes as cheating for you, for the video and the viewers, what?
Well, personally, I think that, if I'm in a relationship with someone and they're doing something that just something that makes me feel uncomfortable, I guess. Not so much uncomfortable, but kissing someone else, showing sexual or romantic attention to someone else.
Let me tell you Urban Dictionary's definition, and let me tell you how you feel about it. Let me ask you how you feel about it.
All right, let me hear.
This is the second one, by the way. The first one is just straight anger, but this one is there are many definitions of cheating. To be a cheater, you don't always have to physically cheat. Cheating on a loved one can also be defined as privately talking, texting, or seeing another person behind your significant other's back. If you have to hide messages or people from your loved one, you are cheating. Cheating can also be defined as sexual contact. To be a cheater, remember, it doesn't always involve sexual contact.
Honestly, I agree with that. If you're entertaining someone else, kind of talking to someone else, telling them oh, I'm gonna leave my person for you, or oh, I really like you, like that to me is
Yeah.
cheating as well. I pretty much agree with that
Like-
definition. Obviously, yeah, you have those abusive relationships where they don't want you to even be friends with someone.
Exactly.
I think it's okay for, people to have friends, doesn't matter what gender it is,
Yeah.
If you have a boyfriend, you can have boyfriends. If you have a girlfriend, you can have girlfriends. But I agree with what you're saying. There are some instances where that is the case. I think, as far as that definition goes, just speaking, in romantic terms, if you're hiding someone you feel romantic interest in, that's kind of cheating. But also, we're humans, and it's, really hard to, how can you sit here and say, well, you can't have feelings for anyone else? That's just a natural human thing
Yeah,
that
that's
happens.
so
And
true.
so, even though you love someone, doesn't mean you can't like someone.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you don't act on that I don't think that's cheating. Even if you are kind of being friends with this person and you realize, oh, I like this person, but you're not acting on it. You're not, hinting that you want to sleep with this person, or you're not hinting that you want to date this person. You just, you just have this person as a friend, and somehow you gained feelings for them. I don't think that's cheating. I think that's natural human emotion.
Me too. And I have another question for you. I was like, do you think just because I cheated, I'm a bad person?
Nah, I don't. And I know you, I've known you your whole life, and I can
That's facts.
say from the bottom of my heart, bro, that cheating does not make you a bad person. What you did was bad. The fact that you cheated was bad, and I don't agree with it, and I'm not here to, hype that up, but
Yeah.
I know you, and I know that, we're young, we're doing this life thing for the first time, and like you said, you were in a toxic situation. You did something that wasn't a good thing, but at the end of the day, I would say that you still are a good person.
Man, thank you, man. I love you.
I love you too. Hey, y'all, check me out.
Yeah, I'll link your channel below. Yo, thank you so much for answering, and thank you so much for your deep insights, man. That means a lot.
No, heck yeah. Thanks for calling me, bro. Thanks for featuring me on the channel.
Of course. Hey guys, that was my sister. She dropped some knowledge, and this isn't to sympathize with cheaters, but if you are a cheater, I don't think that makes you a bad person just because you did a bad thing. But you need to own up to it, and you need to make amends to the person that you cheated on. And if you've been cheated on, man, that's probably the worst feeling that you ever gonna have for a while. And I'm sorry if you're going through that. Just know that there's two sides to every story, like I said before. And guys, make sure you like and subscribe to this video. It really helps the channel out. Leave your thoughts down below. If you think that I'm a piece of shit for cheating, let me know. If you've cheated, let me know. It's time to be honest and transparent, and that's why I'm making this video. So please do not hesitate to let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Have a nice day, guys.
I am Brandon Johansson. I do think my heart is speaking volumes, and I think it's time to listen. Thank you.